Hello everyone, this is Kumar. Welcome to our channel TechBizZone. As we started software testing with Selenium, we completed two important sessions. So in those sessions, we discussed what is software testing and what are the main important types of software testing. And for the extension of those videos, today we are going to talk about the important topic, and it is very easy topic but very important topic for your interview room also. So that's why focus from the beginning and don't skip the video till the end. So if you understand today's video, you can understand the entire software testing, what the tester is going to perform. So as I told you before that the testing will be conducted in two ways. The developers also will participate in the testing, and the testers, QA testers, quality analyst testers also will participate in the testing part. So when the developers participate in the testing process, that is called as white box testing. Previously we discussed, where the code is visible to the developer. So the developer will test the software by using its complete code, whether the code is executing properly or not. He does not bother about the requirement. Okay, just he executes the code, and whether the code is executing properly or not. That is called as white box testing. And as a part of black box testing, where the code is invisible. So actually we need not to bother about the code. Okay, what is behind the functionality. So just we test the functionality. So that's why it is a QA tester. The participation of the QA tester will include a black box testing. So all these testing types we discussed previously. So simply we can just recap what we discussed in the previous session. So we discussed simply, this one. See here. Introduction to different types of testing. We discussed types of testing includes two important things: manual testing and automation. And either manual or automation includes three important things, that is white box, black box and gray box. So as a tester we have to perform black box testing. In this black box testing, I told you that the code is invisible to us. Just we test whether the written code is fulfilling the business requirements or not. That's it. So this black box testing is divided into two categories again: functional testing and non-functional testing. So today in this session we are going to speak about this functional testing and non-functional testing. That's it. So without a delay, we skip into our today's tutorials. So today's highlights of the session. What is functional testing? We are going to discuss. See, these terms are new for you. Don't worry. At the end of this today's session, you can easily understand every part of this highlights of the session. So the second point is we have to discuss some examples for the functional testing. And the next, what is non-functional testing? So as a tester we perform these main important testings. Okay, so those are functional testing and non-functional testing, and we are going to see some of the non-functional testing examples also. And functional testing involves different types of testing. So today we are going to see what are the different types of testing, which includes they are included in the functional testing. As a part of functional testing, what type of testing we are going to perform, we are going to see. And at the end of the video we are going to see what are the different types of testing which include non-functional testing also. So I think the highlights of the session or agenda of the session is clear for you. So no worries. Okay, it will be very interesting and very simple for you. By the end of the video you can easily understand. So let us start. So first we are going to see functional and non-functional testing definitions, and as well as we are going to see the examples also. See, by the name we can understand functionality testing. Okay, function means some activity, right? Okay, so how the designed or prepared software is performing the given tasks, given activities. whether the software designed software is fulfilling all the functionalities, all the activities properly or not. We test under this functional testing. And non-functional, it is not functionality, it is not activity. So simply we can say that it is a testing of some different attributes of the application. So simply we can say that it is a GUI, graphical user interface. Okay, so simply we can understand how the application looks, what are the color combinations, what is the logo, visibility of the logo, and whether all the links which are present on the UI, they are navigating to the special or specified pages or not. So all like this. Okay, those are called as non-functionalities. Okay, so main functionalities are there and non-functionalities are there. So see, mainly the functional testing, in brief we can say that functional testing focuses on the main business requirements, functionalities of the software. Okay, for example, if you take e-commerce website, okay, e-commerce application, so some what are there, some functionalities are there. As a customer, as a user, we have to add some products to the cart, and cart should be navigated to the payment screen, and user should be able to complete the payment process, and he should buy the products from the e-commerce website. So this is the main functionality, and rather than other functionalities also there. Okay, creating the user or changing the password, like that different functionalities are there. These are the main activities what we are going to perform on the web application. Okay friends, so these are the functionalities. If we test these functionalities, that is called as functional testing. That means what? Simply we can say that we give some inputs as an example data. Okay, we take some example data and we give that inputs to the system or software, and we take the response of the software and we have to analyze the response or output. Simply we can say that. For example, login functionality is there. Just we give the example data of the username and password. After passing that input, how the application is responding, what is the output, what is the outcome. Okay, we test that. So that is called functional testing. Okay, and non-functional testing is not like that. Okay, it is somewhat different. So first we see what is the functional testing. Okay, it is very important question for your interview room. So that's why here I am giving the definition also. Okay, so simply we can understand the first question is what is the functional testing. So the definition, simply mainly these are the qualities, or these are the main important features of the functional testing we are going to see. So it is able to, that means what? It is designed, okay, to validate software. So in the non-functional testing also we validate the software, but here especially we validate the software against functional requirements. Okay, application requirements. Okay, that actions what we are going to perform on that. Okay, we test that. And next very important thing is also there, that is the main purpose of functional testing is to test each and every function of the software or application by providing some input. Already I told you how do we provide. Some we give the username or password, or we can give the quantity of the product, or to sort the items we give some brand name of the product. Okay, so like that we give some input. Okay, and after giving the input we verify output against the functional requirement. Output in the sense what? How the application responds to our input. We give the input, but the application should take the input and it should respond properly. Then only the application will fulfill all the requirements. So how the system responds, that depends on the system software. So that's why we have to test in that. Okay, then next we have to understand the functional testing. Mainly it involves black box testing, right? Already I told you. So functional testing is a part of black box testing which is performed by test engineers, not developers. Okay, so functional testing mainly involves in the black box testing, and it is not concerned about the source code of the application. Do we test the source code? Okay, we don't need. Okay, we don't check whether the developer used if condition or for loop or while loop. We don't check that. Okay, we don't need. But by using that source code, how the application responds, that is important. So that is the reason we don't concern about the source code of the application. Just remember this. And let us take some examples for this functional testing. The first one is, for example, if we give the wrong username or wrong password in the input fields of the login page, error message should be presented, right? The application should give the error message. So proper error message is giving or not? Proper error message is displayed or not? Okay, we have to verify. That is a functional testing. That is a functionality. And the second example we can take. Okay, for example, after creating our account for some particular application, sometimes the user needs to change the username or password or address details or some profile details also. Okay, so when the user gives a request to change the credentials, the system is altering, that means modifying the default credentials with the newly given credentials by the user or not. It is responding properly or not. We have to verify. Okay, this is one more example. This is one functionality. And after creating the account with new credentials or after changing the credentials with new credentials, is the user or customer able to log in perfectly or not? Whether login is perfectly done by using new credentials or not? That is a functionality. So these are all the activities what we perform on the application, okay, to fulfill the business requirements. So that's why this is called what? Functional testing. Now let us come to the non-functional testing. What is non-functional testing? See here. When performing non-functional testing, testers, that means what? We, not the developers. Testers evaluate other attributes, other qualities of the system behavior, such as load, performance, security, reliability, or stability. So performance in the sense what? Simply we can say that how the system is responding, how much time it is taking. Load in the sense what? If number of users log in at a time, if number of users and number of users perform some action on the developed software, how it is responding. Okay, security is also whether the application is secured or not. So here to use the application, the customer gives his personal information. So for that, how the system is securing the customer's personal information, that is also important, but it is not functionality of the application, right? Okay, it is other than functionality, business functionality. It is a second side. Okay, it is actually important, but it does not belong to the business, right? For if you take the e-commerce business, what is the main functionality? Selling and buying the products. Okay, but securing the customer's data, it is not the original functionality of the business. Okay, software, but it is a secondary. Okay, secondary requirement. Okay, so that's why security comes under non-functional testing. Okay, and let us take the examples for this non-functional testing also. For example, if you take an e-commerce application, okay, accommodate a large number of visitors and traffic simultaneously. Yeah, very good example. When a large number of customers, okay, comes to the application, that whether the application is able to handle that traffic or not, we have to check. And the next example, we can say that how long the application takes, okay, to load the one of the pages. For example, you add some products to the cart. From cart to you should navigate to what? Payment page. So when you click on that add to payment page, so then how much time it is taking? Okay, that is called what? Simply performance testing. Okay, and the next, is the application secured to store the personal details of the user, and whether the application is user friendly or not. User friendly means what? Whether even not highly educated people. Okay, not highly educated people also should be able to use that application. That means what? Very user-friendly. Just by clicking here and there, even uneducated people also should learn, simply should learn by doing some clicks. Okay, they should be also able to use the application. That is called what? User friendliness. Okay, how the software is user friendly? Okay, we have to understand everything. Okay, so all these things are called as non-functional testing. Okay, so without delay, we are going to skip into the very important topic, that is called types of functional testing. Till now we understood. Okay, so what are the functional testing and not what is the non-functional testing? Okay, and what are the examples for individual types also we've seen. So if you have any doubt, please give a comment. Okay, tell me in the comment section, so I will be ready, okay, to tell you, to give you all the solutions in the comment section. No worries. So now we are going to see the functional testing types. Okay, what are the different tests, different types of tests that include in this functional testing? The first one is unit testing. Unit testing means it is not performed by the developer. Actually, developer also performs unit testing, but here the tester also will take the individual modules, small modules, login module, product listing page modules, or login module for banking application, or taking the account balance module, or else simply we can say that withdrawal modules. Okay, deposit modules. Okay, so different modules are there based on the domain of the application, right? So for every module, the tester should design some test cases and test the functionality. That may be manual testing or automation testing. So for every unit, for every piece of the modules, okay, all the functionalities, business functionalities are divided into different modules. Each and every module should be taken as a small unit and should be performed testing. That is called as unit testing here. Integration testing. Okay, integration testing means what here? After testing individual modules, we combine some modules together and perform the testing on that combined modules. That is called what? Integration testing. And the next, regression testing. After modifications or after updations, okay, again, if some bugs are found, so for example, some bugs are found in the previous editions or previous versions, so the source code has been modified or new features are added, updations. Okay, after updating or after modifications or after bug fixing, the source code has been modified. So sometimes that source code may affect other features also. So after modifications or after updations, we have to test all the required modules. That is called what? Regression testing. So then next, smoke testing. Before going to start our entire end-to-end testing process, we have to perform important module testing. That is called what? Simply important module testing. Those after performing the testing of some important features, that means what? The testing process will be continued. For example, if important module is not working properly, the tester cannot move forward, okay, to test other features of the application. That is called what? Important blockage. Okay, blockings. So to test whether there are important blockings, okay, so we perform the main important functionalities first to decide whether the application is ready to test further. Okay, so that is why it is called as smoke testing. Actually, smoke testing is performed by some electronics engineers, right? Okay, so after arranging all the input, that means what? All the equipment on motherboards, okay, they will test. Just they give the connection, electric connection, and whether all the components on the motherboard are working or not. If any smoke comes on the components, electrical components, that means what? The connection is failed. Okay, So that's why smoke is generated. So then immediately they stop the adding the components and they rearrange the components, right? In that same way, in our software testing also, what we will do is to test the entire application. First, we take some important modules and we test those modules. So if those modules are perfectly set, we can continue the entire process of the testing. So that is called as smoke testing. And the next is sanity testing. This is very important question for your interview room, friends. Okay, what is the difference between sanity testing and smoke testing? So both look alike. Okay, just important features are tested in smoke testing and sanity testing also. Both are same, but at the beginning of the testing process we perform smoke testing, and at the end of the testing we perform sanity testing. Why? Because all the testing process is completed. Once again we test whether our testing process is completed perfectly or not. That is called sanity testing. Okay, and the next user acceptance testing is a final testing. Okay, before we deliver the product to the customer end user, in front of the end user or end user himself performs some overall testing. Okay, that is called what? User accept. Okay, user, the end user or the program, the product owner should accept our product. Okay, for that, before accepting, he tests, okay, overall functionalities. Okay, then that is called what? User acceptance test. These are all different types of functional testing. Okay, friends. Now we are going to see the non-functional testing. What are the different types of testing that involves in the non-functional testing? The first one is performance testing. As I told you before that, when we start application in our internet or in our search engine, web browser, okay, how much time it is taking to load different pages, how it is performing our activities, how much speed it is taking. That is called what? Performance testing, friends. See, sometimes some applications take a lot of time to buffer the page, right? Okay, in our browser it takes buffering, and finally it shows a no message, that no page is displayed, error message comes. So that is called what? Performance testing. Then next is simply load testing. Okay, so by using JMeter and some tools are there to test. Okay, why? Because for example, if you take e-commerce application or banking application, thousands of users at once they access the application, right? Then the application, if it is not able to bear that traffic, it crashes suddenly. Okay, so to test that, so to test this, some tools are available. Actually, different machines. For example, if you need 10,000 people, customers, 10,000 machines should be there, and they should log in at once. It is not possible actually manually. So that's why our single system virtually divided into a number of virtual machines. So at once, within the milliseconds, fraction of milliseconds, all the traffic will be loaded on the application. So then the tester will understand how the system is responding to that particular load traffic. Okay, that is called what? Load testing. The next, so security testing, as I told you before, whether it is secured or not, whether the given data is securely stored, or any hacker can easily hack the software, our system application or not. Okay, how many layers of for example, simple example I will tell you. For example, there is login function completed, we logged in. Okay, we logged in and we completed our business there, and we log out. There is back button, right? Okay, in our application there is back navigation button. After logging out, if you click on back navigation, if it redirects to login page again, okay, log in the page, not login page. Usually the system, the software should redirect to login page only. But if there is any defect if this software redirects to logged in page, it is a completely insecure. Why? Because I opened the application and I did some important transaction over there and I logged out. Some X person came to the same system and he saw that the application is logged out. Just he tries by clicking back navigation button. If the back is to logged in page, he may steal entire my account. Okay, so that is an important defect in the system. Okay, so like that. Okay, so we have to test the security of the application also. That is non-functional testing. It comes under non-functional testing. And next important thing is that installation testing. Whether, see, sometimes while we are installing some applications, okay, they crash in the middle. The installation process will not be simple, okay, to the users. Always the installation process should be very easy and understanding to the customers. Okay, then only they will be ready to use that application, or else they won't. Okay, so how the installation process, that is very important. Okay, the next testing is compatibility testing. So the same application can be used. Okay, the same, even though it is a web application, that application should be compatible on the desktops, on the mobiles, as well as web application can be also opened. For example, if you take Flipkart, you can also open by using Chrome in your mobile also, right? There is, even though there is an application, mobile application, rather than that, you can open Chrome and there also you can open your Flipkart. No doubt at all. Okay, so how this software is compatible, okay, for different types of devices, tabs, mobiles, desktops, laptops, okay, different devices are there. Okay, so whether this developed application is compatible for this all different types of applications or not, we have to check. The next stress testing. This is very important. If a customer uses one application for a long time, we will become stressed, right? Okay, but software should not be stressed. So if we use the software for a long time, even though after 10 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours also, or 2-3 days also, continuously if you use the application, that also should respond how it responded from the beginning of the application. When we launched the application, how it responded. After 24 hours also, it should responded with the same speed. Okay, that is called what? Stress testing. Okay, so these are different, some other testings also there. Okay, so in detail we will discuss later. Okay, why? Because these are the important different types of testing for functionalities and non-functional testing, friends. Okay, so if you have any doubt regarding all this, I hope it is clear. No doubt. Okay, why? Because it is just a theoretical part. So some questions may be asked in the interview room. So that's why I'm telling it is not actually part of our automation testing with Selenium. But I would like to make you perfect. You should be ready to attend the interview room after these videos. So that's why I'm giving you all this stuff. Please note down or take screenshots. Okay, and prepare again and again. Okay, then you will be able to crack your interviews perfectly, no doubt at all. Okay, so that's all for today. So never stop learning. Thank you for watching. Okay, and please do subscribe my channel. Why? Because it is very important motivation for me. I am making all these videos for the students who are not able to go to the institutions and learn some software testing. If you are determined to settle your career in the IT sector as a software engineer, no doubt these videos are very helpful to you. So that's why I'm requesting you to subscribe the channel and share the channel to your friends. Okay, and if you have any doubts, please mention them in your comment section, and as well as like the video and share it. Thank you.